$2,000, and I'm here with Todd.
Hey, Bill.
And I forget your name?
Jason.
Jason. And we're playing around with getting, well, there's no longer a camera there, but that camera gone, and then that camera gone, and then figuring out whatever the hell we're gonna do
The rest of
for more cameras. I mean, you brought, there's these two, and that one, and one hanging out throughout here. So I have no idea where we need to put them, but I mean I know what we're kind of shooting for, like a cross angle.
Yeah, we'll get it.
You know, so we're gonna put some cameras up and we'll shoot some vlog later. What are you doing, Todd?
Drilling a hole.
Drilling a hole.
The old-fashioned way.
The old-fashioned way. Welcome to the Geek Group 1920s edition. I should put like sepia tone over this part of the blog. Maybe some film grain, old Western music. Ding, 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 ding. So what Todd is doing is he's drilling a hole for our camera mount. We found this hanging out down there. It's just a straight pipe. We'll put a camera on that end and we'll just slide it down right there. Yep. And we'll slide it right in there, and that'll be the position. It'll be awesome. I gotta do that, don't I? And there it is.
There it is.
Awesome, and as always. Do you feel accomplished, Todd?
Oh, look at the hole. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, it worked out really well. That's some, what do they call that? Craftsmanship or something.
Something.
Geek craftsmanship. How about that? Brand everything, Todd. Brand it all. All right. Now, if we could find another one of those mounts, we could put one down closer to the wall. But let's maybe hook up our first camera and do that.
Get this one going first.
We'll be back. So we're able to get one of the cameras up and mounted. And now Todd, say hi, Todd. He never says hi. He hates people. So Todd and I are gonna wire this, so we're kind of lacing it up, and of course that means getting on the ladder right before the drop down to Stephen.
Drop of doom.
Drop of doom. So we're gonna only have one camera here, and then we'll figure out something because we ran out of tripod heads.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we've got tripods, but no tripod heads. So if you've got like a decent tripod head somewhere and a couple extra posted bucks or whatever, just send them out to us, I guess. .22 42 hours, and now we're fighting ground loop issues. Hi, Ted. So we pulled up the other switcher unit, and replaced it with just a simple button switcher. And whenever we hook it up to master control, we get an interference, so kind of like the vertical bands of interference. We're not really certain what's going on.
Yeah.
I kind of blame master control, but that's because
You don't have anything else?
I could blame all of this stuff, but when it's not connected to you, it's fine. Or you. When it's not, so you can kind of, maybe you can see. I don't know. You can see the bands that keep going up. So whenever that's connected to master control, it does that.
Even though he's rolling.
So, but when it's not, it looks clean and crisp and clear, and life's fat, dumb, and happy.
Suzanne, hook this. Look.
So yeah, well, let me come back around. Coming in from the side, it's nice and clean and clear. So, yep,
Look at that. There's Bill.
there I am.
There's the computer.
There's a computer. So something about connecting to master control is a problem.
It's interference.
2306, and we are stumped. After fighting and fighting, this is our output from radio. So we have this wonderful rolling image.
Yeah.
And we're kind of stumped. We don't really have any idea. All of the equipment down that way towards radio is now ground isolated. And we've replaced it with, and we've directly connected it with this wonderfully long white cable. And we still have a grounding issue or interference
That
issue.
might be something with the cabling up on the up across the room there, but by throwing it across the floor, we eliminated any kind of mutual inductance issues or anything like that. So kind of at a loss.
It's 11:07, and I'm tired, and Todd's tired, and I don't think we have a very good solution right now. Probably not the right mindset to get one. At least I'm not. I don't know about you.
The TV's not an interference source. The TV's not.
The TV is crystal clear right now.
Yeah,
If there was interference in the TV, it'd be having problems as well. So everything west of the Mississippi.
And it's not the cameras that are having the issue. It's got nothing to do with the cameras. It's
Did we try my little monitor? I have this little gear, more gear.
you know it's generated from the radio.
That's why I was saying. Here's this dude.
Do we have a battery operated one?
Yes, somewhere. So I don't want to be anywhere near you. I don't like you, Ted. So actually, yeah, I'll come this way.
I don't know.
Think. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so I ran over and I got my fancy McNancy super fantastic TV from the 80s.
That's sexy.
Yeah. And so I got my wonderful cable and hooked up. And you can see on the screen, it's got a nice band interference. You want to hold the camera, Todd? Do you want to be cameraman, Todd, today?
Sure.
So we take that, I take off my wonderful cable with the wonderful 3 prongs, as should be. We grab my Bill Jonesified cable, which only has its 2 prongs. And look how gorgeous that looks. It's gorgeous, Todd. Gorgeous, I say. And you have your finger over the microphone. You screwed it up, Todd. No. So,
Yeah, here.
that's okay. Todd, you don't make
No.
a good cameraman.
Well, not with that camera.
Not with this camera?
No.
You don't like my camera?
No.
Oh.
It's got a microphone in a piss poor place. Put it on the front of the camera. Like a normal person.
So yeah, so you can see. Take out the ground. Oh, there's actually still there on this. Maybe that's the
No,
TV.
that's the sink.
It's just a shitty camera. Anyways, so removing the ground. So my recommendation to Todd that Todd doesn't like
At all.
is to float all this equipment with no ground.
Bill, hell no. We'll find another way.
All of that equipment floats.
And that's your equipment, and if you electrocute yourself over there, it's not my problem.
Do you think buckets of water are just going to rain down? Well,
no.
Maybe around here.
Yeah, it might.
Maybe we'll have rain and clouds.
How long you been here?
Yeah.
You know what state
It's possible it could rain indoors.
We've seen it many times.
So, float it, Todd.
We need
float it.
Isolate it somehow.
Float it, Todd. Yes, isolate. What you can do. I mean, that's where those Q-tips come in. They have a little ground piece on them that kind of lets you control where you want to ground it to. So you don't, maybe you don't tie it to the power ground, but you tie it to
an idea.
Okay.
Just an idea.
Okay.
Why not? Or you just create one, but what if we modify the cable and pull the shield back so it doesn't make a connection from here to here?
Then you won't have an RF connection.
Sure you will.
No.
Yes, you will.
Are you saying compromise the shield?
Yes.
Compromising the shield, you no longer you've made an antenna. Then you don't have.
But you're shielded all the way to the end. The only thing that place you're not shielded is a little air gap between here and here. It's shielded. It's still connected to the ground on the other end.
I think it's an antenna, but I'm willing to experiment. So Todd,
I had an idea.
You had an idea.
Our issue is that we are transmitting, and the ground is connecting on both sides.
Right.
And what you did essentially by pulling the pin was isolate the ground.
Right.
What the ground connects to is through the shield on the coax.
So you're compromising the shield.
Not entirely. I'm compromising it on one end only.
Right.
We'll still be shielded all the way up to this point.
All right.
This is the only point that won't be shielded. Well, it'll actually be shielded from here to here. So you've got one little tiny piece.
It'll drain the other way, is basically what you're trying to do.
So,
Because you're basically turning the shield into an antenna. But, yeah, we'll see. We'll see if it'll work. I mean, I got no complaints. You want to take the...
yeah, we're going to grab we're just going to use the same signal we got.
Okay.
Grab one of these guys.
A barrel.
Barrel connected in. You got your old cable there? The fully grounded one? You know, the real one?
What did I
Right
do?
there.
There you go. Hungry. I don't know how to do things with only one hand. This is going to be a great shot of like the roof. Oh, power is on.
Power's on, video in.
This is...
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, I don't think that worked
That
out.
didn't work.
Okay, well,
Well,
there's your band still.
band still.
So, do you still hate my idea there, Todd? Float the whole damn thing?
Yes, I still hate your idea. I think we need to find.
I think you're gonna have to come around to my idea.
I think we're gonna have to find some way to isolate it.
How about this? We float the whole thing, but we ground the whole thing to the wall. There's ground lugs on some of the equipment. It only has to have, so in the event of static buildup or this other godly charge that you're fearful of, it'll charge through the wall. Whatever. I know what you're afraid of. Embrace the Bilk philosophy.
I've-
Live
I've-
dangerously.
I've been bitten enough times. I don't want to screw with it.
I don't disagree.
Um,
But
there may be some type of way to float with a piece of
do
equipment.
you know? Do you know what piece of equipment we need? Post it in the comments below. Because I don't have a fucking clue. My idea is to rip connectors apart. Ding!
I mean, I know how I would do it with audio. I don't know how to do it with video yet.
I did it with audio. Cost me 3 cube taps and a ground leg. Todd's
You
gonna
can run
hate
it through
me.
a direct box. There's a little button on there that says ground lift.
Uh-huh. Do you think
does-
it does anything other than what I just did with that power cable? Do you?
Well, actually, it does. In that it's still grounded
Is it? Are you sure?
on one end, yes.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
I don't think it is.
I'm pretty sure.
I bet it's not. Maybe it is. I don't know. I just know that ripping the fucking ground off worked. It totally worked. Todd doesn't like me. Hey Todd, it's late. Why don't we?
I got an idea.
You got an idea?
I will try one thing just for you, Bill.
Just for me?
Just for you. I will
What-
try one thing and one thing only.
Okay.
And then we're gonna call it a night.
What is it? What is this one thing you're going to try?
We're gonna plug the AVP in with this power cord and see if it solves the problem. If it does, great. If it doesn't, I'm finding another solution.
But that's the thing. I don't think it's just the AVP. That's the thing.
It may not be.
It-
Maybe it may not be. I don't know.
It's
It's everything. Well, we already know it's everything over here.
right.
Okay.
And you can't just have one.
We already know even if we plug it into the monitors,
Uh-huh.
bypass the AVP altogether.
Yeah?
It still doesn't. So,
You know what? You could be right. Give it a shot.
like I said, I'm going to try one last thing. What's the worst that can happen? It works.
It's hard to argue with that kind of logic.
Try.
Okay. I can see there's already bands.
There's bands.
Oh yeah. It's maybe not as bad, but so this is now with the AVP ground isolated. Hear that though? Maybe don't. But you're up against that.
Shit.
Yep.
All right.
So
Grounded.
we took the ground loop out or grounding out, and now we have audio ground happening from the speakers, which just means it means it's everywhere. It means it's all throughout this entire system.
Means we
So
have to ground the bitch.
I don't know that that's true. That it means the whole thing has to not be grounded, Todd.
Oh,
Whole thing has to float.
I think if we close
I'm sure there's some audio video person out there that has a better idea. I don't have one. And the only thing that's ever worked for me is ground isolation. I know they sell ground isolation connectors for audio,
Yes, they do.
so maybe they sell some for video.
That's
Do you have some?
That's what I'm.
Do you love me enough to send them in bulk? Because we have all this.
Because, everything over here works great except for the connection from radio.
Trying to blame me here?
You can't argue with that.
There's definitely logic in that statement.
It's only the connection from radio that causes this problem.
Sure.
So,
I can't argue it. You're right. I can't argue that because there's the control centers throughout the building don't have this problem. I'll agree with you. So what's so different about my setup than everybody else's? Maybe it's because mine isn't ground isolated, or mine is ground isolated. But I do that to solve mixer problems. Now, if there's a
well, even Captain, he's running all his stuff. All his stuff is grounded. He's sending me the signal all the way from from the captain command console and no problem.
I don't have a solution for you right now, Todd. Let's bring the system back up and call it a night. And
Should be up.
all the screens are blue. So console's up.
Screen's blue?
All the screens are blue.
Console is up though?
Console is up, but all the screens are blue.
Take.
Whatever the hell that was is not. What just fucking happened?
I don't know. Hit the master control button or something.
They're all blue. Captain's up. Roof works.
Okay.
I don't know.
No master control's down because we pulled the cable off the damn thing. It's right here.
Right.
Maybe we ought to put that back.
You didn't plug that non-grounded cable back in, did you?
No.
Okay. All right, let's put it back if you want to.
Just so
All right, I'm wrapping up. Have a good night, everybody.